morning and welcome to the Cocklebur Morning Show. I'm Cassadee Davis and here with me as always is my ever popular co-host Sergio. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
How have you been?
Good, good.
It's been a long time since we filmed.
It feels like it's been a really long time.
It has been.
Months,
yeah, it has been.
I guess it can't have been that long, but it just feels like it.
It does.
You know?
Well, we missed our studio audience, you know, and I'm sure they've missed us. Of course. Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you somebody who believes in another dimension?
It's kind of a deep question.
Well, we cover a lot of topics here on the show.
We do. Where are you going with this? I don't know.
Well, have you been on sweetswine.com lately?
The Sweet Swine Scoop?
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I like my gossip. I just haven't been on.
Oh,
Why?
You have to go. You have to go check this out.
Is that what this is about?
That's
you know,
what this
I saw
is
a
about.
laptop and I thought, what in the world? You know, Cousin John's not all high tech.
Well, this is really great stuff. You're going to have to look at this.
Sharing this with the audience, Serge?
Well, duh, yeah.
No need to get snarky. Okay, okay.
This is like the biggest story that's come out of Sweet Swine County this year. Maybe ever.
I guess. Okay, folks. So it seems that fairies have invaded the Sweet Swine commune. I shouldn't say invaded. Fairies are, you know, visited, maybe.
Well, they look like they're taking over, but yeah.
And they look really cool. You guys got to check this out. Look at these pictures.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Oh, my. Well, it goes on to say here that there were some pirate fairy invaders came in. Wow, this is quite the story.
What? Hey, I don't understand. What do pirates have to do with fairies?
Well, none of this really makes sense, Serge. I mean, did you read this entire article? Like to the end?
No, I just kind of looked at the pictures.
At the pictures, okay. So the article goes on to explain that the fairies and the pirate fairies that were pictured here,
yeah,
they're not real.
What?
They think it was maybe a publicity thing, you know, get people interested in the commune. I mean, it was dropped off by some anonymous photographer. Serge, you got to read to the end.
So the whole thing's a scam?
I think so. I'm sorry. You know what? That happens to the best of us. It's okay.
I feel like a schlep.
There's stuff on the internet. It's okay.
I haven't felt this bad.
Stuff on there.
I haven't felt this bad since I bought one of those Derby vacuum cleaners.
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
You know, you know what? Let's put this behind us.
I didn't mean to get you so excited about the whole
thing. That's okay.
Next time I'll read the whole
thing.
thing.
But we got to see some cool pictures.
Well, fake pictures.
Well, but the costumes. I mean, they were awesome. Really cool stuff. That's always fun.
That's why I thought they were real.
So let us put this behind us, though.
Okay.
We'll move on. We'll introduce our guests. How about that? That'll cheer you up.
Let's do that. Why don't you all join us in welcoming from Wright County, the town of Maple Lake, we have the queen of the costume shop, Tricia Manuel. Well, welcome.
Well, Serge, I mean, you said the queen of the costume shop, but you were not kidding. Huh? Look at her. Wow.
We were just talking about costumes and fairies.
Were.
Yeah. So tell us, Tricia, where are you from?
I'm from Maple Lake, from a little kingdom, and in the county of Wright.
And whereabouts in the state is that located?
Well, there's another little town called Minneapolis, and we are an hour west of Minneapolis.
I've heard of Minneapolis.
An easy little drive out into the country on Highway 55.
Well, first of all, I guess, what is the name of your costume shop?
The Costume Shop.
Oh, well, nice
in Maple Lake. Catchy, isn't it?
It is, very catchy.
And easy to remember.
It is.
How long have you been in business?
20 years. I've had a very long reign.
And you've always sold costumes.
We make costumes, we rent costumes, and we sell costumes.
And how did you get started into the costume business?
I was a professional clown with Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Wow. Isn't that amazing, folks?
And after I finished my turn with the circus, I realized that performers needed high-quality costumes, so I began a costuming company. And because I love Halloween, I decided I needed a rental costume shop as well. Wow. So we started the business, and it's been growing ever since.
And do you make some of the costumes, or do you just purchase them all?
No, we make them.
You make them?
We make them.
That's beautiful.
And we rent them to the central of the state. The whole center of the state. People come from all over to see our lovely wares.
Well, you mentioned Halloween, and that's coming up, but are you open other times of the year as well?
Absolutely. We serve people all year round. We're one of the few full-time costume shops in the state. So you can come and visit us from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and 10 to 1 on Saturday, with extended hours in Halloween, of course.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And you rent all these costumes, so how generous are your rental terms?
Most costume shops charge by the day, but outside of the month of October, of course, we let people take the costumes for longer for the daily rental price, because we understand that they come from a distance, and if they want to pick their costume up during the week, they can use it over the weekend and then bring it back the following week for this charge of 1 day. And most shops aren't that generous.
Wow. And is Halloween typically your busiest time of the year?
Halloween is a very busy time of the year. We expand our services as well. We do makeup design for people. So what people can do if they have a special party to go to, I have a host of makeup artists. So if you want to look like a zombie, we can make you look like a zombie. If you want to look like a beautiful fairy, we can make you look like a beautiful fairy. Or Cleopatra, or King Tut, or an accident victim, or the Queen of Sheba. We have all different kinds of ways to make your makeup match your costume.
Well, I'm starting to feel like I want to plan a Halloween party get-together for the group here at Cluck, but we are absolutely nowhere near Maple Lake. So I'm from out of town. How would I rent?
Well, what you can do is call and talk to my staff. I have a wonderful, friendly staff, and they'll tell you what we have for possibilities. And then when you come up to check out your costume, you can determine that with us of how long you'll have it. And we also have makeup you can purchase. So if you want to do your own makeup, we'll give you instructions on how to do it, and then you bring it home and have a good time and then bring it back.
That sounds like fun.
Wow. Well, there's quite a few costume shops and places where people can get costumes. What makes you different? What makes your store different?
What makes our store different is the way it is set up. A lot of costume shops are bags, costumes in bags hanging on hooks, and they're not very good quality. And they're not very good in their sizing.
Oh my gosh.
So one size fits all never fits all.
Not always true.
That's true.
No.
And our costumes are, because we make them ourselves, they're gorgeously embellished. And they're also come with accessories. Sometimes they come with jewelry and headwear, as you can see, and just a lot of the little extras. Plus, we really love what we do, and my staff is there to make sure that not only do you get the costume of your dreams, but that it fits correctly too.
So what are some of the customer favorites around your shop?
Well, pirates are always big, so we have all kinds of costumes for captains or crew or wenches or pirate queens. So that's a very popular type of costume. Also, with the Renaissance Festival, a lot of people like to wear the medieval costumes, and we have everything from royalty to servants. Then we also have a wide variety of flappers and gangsters.
Fun.
And storybook characters are also very popular.
That'd be fun.
We also specialize in gore. So if you want to look like a zombie with pieces of flesh falling off, or a bloody bride, or a bloody groom, or a accident victim, we really do specialize in unique, one-of-a-kind costumes.
Wow.
That you really have to see them to believe them, and people are amazed at what they see at the number of costumes. We literally have thousands of costumes for people to walk around and look at and try on. One thing that makes our costume shop different is our costumes are displayed in a department store style. So they're out on the racks for you to touch and look at and try on with dressing rooms. You don't have to stand at a counter and look through a book and have someone go and bring out the costume that they think you should wear.
And what other holidays do you do? I mean, obviously Halloween, but are there other holidays that you do?
Absolutely. One of our biggest holidays is Christmas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
We rent a large variety of gentlemen who would like to portray Santa Claus. Of course, they're not the real Santa Claus.
No.
We do that work privately. But there are people who want to portray Santa Claus, and we have beautiful Santa Claus costumes, along with Mrs. Claus, elves, Frosty the Snowman, Christmas trees, and a lot of other really fun holiday costumes for perhaps you're having a day with Santa Claus, or if you want pictures taken, if you have a community event of Christmas in your town where you need a Santa Claus,
Sure.
we have beautiful costumes, wigs and beards and shoes and belts and jingle bells and everything to go along with the costumes. Another big holiday is Easter. We have the cutest Easter bunnies of all. So whenever you need an Easter bunny for an Easter egg hunt, please come to the costume shops. Our bunnies are clean and very well trained.
Well, perfect. Do you do any other services there at the shop, or carry any other? I heard of lots of accessories listed, and of course the great makeup.
Well, what people don't realize is sometimes you don't have the proper footwear to go with a costume. So we have footwear, and we have lots of little accessories that you might want, a pirate patch or a hook or a long cigarette holder for a flapper costume. We have lots of accessories to add with the costume. If you maybe need hosiery, fishnet stockings, or a garter belt, or striped tights, we have all kinds of hosiery as well.
You know, it's those little touches that make a big difference on a costume.
Our costumes are award-winning. We have many people who go off to costume contests and win first prize. We've thought about instituting a percentage fee when they win, but so far we've decided to let them keep all the winnings.
So can somebody come to your shop and get made up and then walk out as the zombie or the person they want to be, or is it all take it home and do it yourself?
They can make an appointment during Halloween, and they can come, get their makeup done. We'll help them with their costume, their wig. We have a large selection of wigs to make sure that they're all together before they walk out the door and go straight to their party if they like.
Well, Trish, you said that you have regular people that just walk in off the street and want a costume. Who are your other customers?
We do a really big business with community theaters, school
Sure, that makes
plays,
sense.
churches that have themed dinners, and they want the people who come to the dinners, fundraisers, to dress in theme.
Yes.
We do a lot for social organizations that have parties or, again, big fundraisers. And people who want to do murder mystery dinners will come in and get their costumes from us, or send in their friends to figure out how to become a golfer or a butler or any kind of characters that might be in a murder mystery dinner. Any time that you might be wearing a costume. There are also, we've had locally, the local choir will have a themed choir concert. So all the students will dress as characters from Disney movies. So anytime that you need a costume or would wear a costume. Another big holiday is 4th of July, when people have their boat parades. Then they'll come to dress up in theme for their boat parades or for their floats that they might be wearing. We have a very wide variety of costumes for St. Patrick's Day and for Mardi Gras and the Renaissance Festival. So whenever anybody would want to wear a costume year-round, we're there.
Wow.
Well, it sure sounds like it. What a variety. I'd love to see some. You know what? Before you came on, we were actually looking at a website with some neat costumes of some fairies and some pirate fairies.
Yeah, but they were fake.
They were fake.
Okay.
But just thinking of the costumes, do you have a website where people could browse and
Yes,
see?
and the easiest way to get to us is just Google the Costume Shop in Maple Lake.
Oh.
Couldn't be
I
any
can handle
easier.
that. Sure, just pop it right in there. And are you on Facebook as well?
Yes, we are.
Ooh, I have to go like that as well.
The Costume Shop in Maple Lake, Minnesota. Well, Tricia and folks, I'm sorry we're out of time, but I really want to thank you for joining us on the Cocklebur Morning Show.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And that closes out our show for today, folks. I want to thank you for viewing us at the Cocklebur Morning Show,
where we weed out the big stories throughout Sweet Swain County and beyond. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.